Hello and welcome to Bruce Springsteen Guitar Lessons. Today's lesson is going to be a live version of My Love Will Not Let You Down from the Live in New York City release. Thanks very much to subscribe star Leo Jacobs for the request. welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that walkthrough. So now what we're going to do is go through all the individual parts. Okay, so this song is in the key of G Mixolydian, or more commonly known, the parent key is C major, so no sharps or flats. And it's quite a fast one, it's about 145 BPM, give or take. So let's take a look at the chords first. What we've got first is a G over D chord. Okay, so first finger barring the B and the E strings on the 3rd fret, middle finger 4th fret G, 3rd finger 5th fret A, little finger 5th fret D. So that's a G over D chord. It's pretty much the same as a G chord, full bar chord. I know Bruce likes to play it like that. Says you're doing the full bar. But in the song structure, which I'll put up on the screen now, just refer to it as a G chord. Okay, so you've got quite a common kind of 8-bar phrase that pretty much goes through the whole of the song apart from the bridge section. So cool, so that's the G over D chord. Then you've got an F over C, which is basically moving that 2 frets down, okay? So fretwise from the A string, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1. F over C. And then basically there's a parts where he just starts kind of picking it from the D string, which is basically just an F chord rather than an F over C. You could play it like that if you wanted to. 3, 2, 1, 1. But you can just keep the F over C shape there. Cool, then you've got a C chord. Again, strumming from the A string, 1st finger 1st fret B, middle finger 2nd fret D, 3rd finger 3rd fret A. Then you've also got a C sus4 chord, which I think he's doing quite a bit. You might not necessarily always been playing it from the A string, you might be playing it from the D string, which sounds amazing. So C sus4, so basically you take your C chord, take your middle finger off, and then add your little finger on the 3rd fret of the D chord. And it's predominantly those middle 4 strings. That's a C sus4 chord, fretwise from the A string, 3, 3, 0, 1. Very kind of stadium rock sounding chord. Cool, then you've got a G major, so you can play that 1st, 2nd and 3rd, or 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Middle finger 2nd fret A, 3rd finger 3rd fret low E, little finger 3rd fret high E. Yeah, and there's also kind of a C add 9 chord. Unusual way of playing it, but you've got this is the end. Sounds really cool. So basically it's your C major chord without your middle finger, okay? So not many chords there, which is great. So let's take the intro. So you've got the kind of max counting in on this version, and at the end, just before kind of this 8-bar phrase in the intro, just before you got this 1, 2, 3, 4, and like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and okay, and then you've got this. Okay, so G major, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and okay, so time wise you've got 1 quarter note and then 6 eighth notes, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and you can do it downstrokes. Once you've done the first strum, kind of palm muting it a little bit. Again, this is a lot of kind of improv, so I'm sure that Bruce will do something slightly different every single time. So doesn't have to be exact as like with most live versions really with Bruce. As long as you've got the song structure, I suppose, and the chords, timing, strumming are the most important things. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then you can just keep going with that G chord for another bar. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and an F chord. Timing wise, same as your first bar of that. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. It's the same as that timing. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and he starts picking here. So you're going to go 2 downstrokes, 2, and then up on the E, up on the B, up on the G, down on the D, up on the G. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then just keep picking it from the D string. So D, G, B, E, B, G, D, G, down, up, down, up, 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 down, up. That's the way I like to pick it. And then C major, the classic down, down, up, down, up pattern. So that's 1 quarter note, 6 eighth notes, and then one of them's tied on beat 3. So down, down, up, miss up, down, down, up, miss up, down, up. And then C sus4. And a lot of these strumming bars, feel free to kind of pick it more like Bruce's style. So when you see on the tab there, down, down, up, or down, up, you could do something like this. And get that, as long as the rhythm's there, and play around with the picking to make it sound a bit more like Bruce. Okay, so yeah, so, and then we've got F over C, 2 bars. Okay, and then what we've got is the second part of the intro. Okay, so the first kind of 8-bar phrase, you come in just before the kind of bar 1 of this 8-bar phrase, which is G, G, F, F, C, C sus4, F, F. Again, if you look at the song structure, this pattern of chords goes through most of the song, okay? So just do the first part of the intro. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and the C major, C sus4, and then F. Yeah, and then you've got that kind of cool little simple riff for the second part of the intro. So I'll start with the open D string. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and that's the timing there. Down, up, up, up. And then do that again. Down, up, up, up. And then you got 2, 0 on the D string. Down, up, and then down on the 3rd fret A string. Then up on the open D, 2nd fret D. That ties from the next bar, and then you've got the 2nd fret, same kind of rhythm. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and as you had in the first bar of the open D string. And actually, you might want to play this with your 3rd finger. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and you can hammer it on or slide. It doesn't really matter. Slide into or hammer onto the 3rd fret of the D string. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and so hammer on or slide. Then re-pick it, and then hit that D string. And then hit the B. This sounds really cool. Sorry, the G, sorry. And then the B and the G. So that last bar, last 2 bars, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and sounds really cool. And then down, up, down, 3rd fret A string twice, and then up stroke D, 2nd fret D, up, down on the D string. Cool, so just play that kind of cool little simple riff. Again, sounds a bit basic on its own, but it's a really nice melody with all the other instruments going on. So, okay, so up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up, hammer on, down, up, down, up, down. Cool, so now we're in the first verse, okay? So again, look at the song structure. You've got G, G, F, F, C, C sus4, F, and F. Again, feel free to mix it up. The idea is the combination between all the other instruments makes it sound really nice. So sometimes you'll be playing a C sus4 with Bruce, then Stevie's going to be doing an F chord, and combined they sound really nice, okay? So again, if you want the tabs for Steve's and Neil's parts, I've tabbed out all of Steve's and all of Neil's. Neil's uses capo fret 3. Don't forget you can get those via subscribestar.com, Bruce Springsteen guitar. So any files are sent out on the 3rd of the month, so you can request which ones you want from your tier and then sent out on the 3rd, or you can just get them generally the day of this release or the day after or something like that, on the website jsmusicschool.co.uk. So you can get it Guitar Pro, where you can play all 3 at once, or lots of cool stuff you can do with Guitar Pro, or get it in PDF format, okay? So let's go through the structure of the first verse, okay? So you've got G major, again, down, down, up, down, up. Feel free to do a bit more picking. Down, down, up, down, up. 2 bars of G. F over C for 2 bars. And C major, C sus4. That twice. G, F over C for 2 bars. C, C sus4, F for 2 bars. Cool, so now in the bridge section, which I think it sounds really cool, okay? So the bridge section, what you've basically got is C to C sus4 3 times, okay? Same strumming pattern, picking pattern. So down, C, C sus4, now number 2, 4 bars of F. Cool, so quite straightforward there. And again, structure-wise, exactly the same. First bridge, 2nd bridge, and 3rd bridge, all the same. Okay, and now we're on to the first chorus. Okay, so the first chorus, structure-wise, exactly the same as your first verse, just one time round. So G, 2 bars, F and C for 2 bars, C major, C sus4, F for 2 bars. Cool, and then you're on the second verse, which is exactly the same as the first verse. So G, G, F, F, C, C sus4, F, F, which again is a nice common repeating strumming pattern and chord progression. Then you're on the second bridge, same as the first bridge. And then the second chorus, the only difference there between the second chorus and the first chorus is it's done twice, okay? And then you got the guitar solo. Again, don't forget the guitar solo tutorials are all on Subscribestar. There's well over 20 now, nearly 30 from the time of recording this video. So yeah, you can get I basically, with this guitar solo videos, I kind of do a walkthrough like I do in these videos, and then I break down all the guitar solos. There's loads of them on Subscribestar, so that'll probably be up tomorrow at some point. Cool, so and basically the chords behind the guitar solo are just the same as the second chorus. So your G, G, F, F, C, C sus4, F, F, which is great. It's a good one to remember. This song's quite easy to remember because most of the parts are the same or similar. Third bridge, same as the first and the second bridge. And then third chorus, the only difference between the third chorus and the second chorus is it's 3 rounds, okay? So first chorus once round, second chorus twice, third chorus 3 times, cool? And now you've got that awesome guitar sort of outro section, which is really cool, okay? So basically in the song structure, I put in brackets B, so I think it's just Bruce doing this riff the first time, and then the second time Steve joins in, and in the third time Nils joins in. It could be mistaken, maybe Nils joins in on the second round, but it's quite, again, with the video to tell and the audio, because obviously it's the same riff. They're all doing the same riff, but staggered. So Bruce first time, this is outro part 1, and then Steve joins in, so it's Bruce and Steve on the second time, and then Bruce, Nils and Steve on the third time. Now, it's really cool, simple riff, all downstrokes, all 8th notes, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. What you do is 3rd finger 8th fret B, little finger 8th fret E, 3 8th notes to start with, 1 and 2, then your middle finger's hovering over there anyway, 7th fret high E, so take your little finger off, then it's 8B, 7B, so 1 and 2 and 3 and, down, 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 and then put your little finger down for 3 more, timing wise so far, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and then 3 more 7/8s, and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so do that nice and slowly. So I'll kind of refer to the 8th fret, so it's going to go, that's the only one that changes, so 8, 7, yeah, so 8, 8, 8, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 7, 7. Timing wise, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and obviously at speed it sounds really cool. So once you get the pattern it sounds really cool because it's the same basically, you're going to be moving up the neck but it's the same rhythm, so you're changing the 1 and 2 and of 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and then the 4, 4 and then the and of 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Cool, and now 3rd finger or little finger, so bar the 8th fret B and the E, 3rd finger 10th fret high E or little finger, same kind of rhythm pattern, and you're going to go from 10 to 8 8, so 8 10 to 8 8, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Yeah, in terms of settings I would say quite a nice kind of crunchy setting for this. You don't want to be too clean, you don't want it to be too distorted. And then you've got a big stretch, so keep that 1st finger barred, then little finger stretches to the 12th fret high E, so it's 8 and 12, and then you're going to go, the other note combination is 8 and 10. Cool, and then you slide your 1st finger up to the 10th fret, and you're going to go 10, 13, 10, 12, 2, and that's that main 8-bar pattern, and again, the chords behind, so obviously kind of Gary on the bass, and then Steve will be keeping that kind of same chord progression maybe less, no sus4 in this one, so G, G, F, F, C, C, F, F, okay? Cool, so that's the 8-bar phrase. I'll play that in the outro. So this is outro part 1, okay? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 10, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 12, 8 and then 12, 10. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 10 and 13 and then 10 and 12. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So really cool. And then basically, yeah, that keeps going. So it does that 3 times, that 8-bar riff, okay? And obviously Steve joining in the second round, Neil's in third round. Sounds awesome, I think. It's really clever, simple riff, but sounds amazing. Cool, and then outro part 2, this is where you've got this kind of Max going crazy on the drums. I aim to get as close as possible on the backing track that I made for this. And don't forget, yeah, if you want any backing tracks, subscribe, start, or the website. So outro part 2 now, okay? So here you've basically, it looks like, again in the video, what I could hear, Bruce doing a lot more picking here. So starts off with G, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. It's going to go down, pick the low E, then up on the high E, up on the B, up on the G, down on the D, up on the G. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then just pick from the next bar, low E, then the D, G, E, B, G, D, G. So this bar again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up, down, up. And kind of same sort of thing with the F. 1 and then pick from the D, D, then E, B, G, D, G, and then do the same sort of pattern. D, G, B, E, B, G, D, G, and C major. Kind of the down, down, up, down, up, but with picking down, pick the A string, then the B, tied, and then G, D, G, down, down, up, down, up, C sus4, down, down, up, down, up, and then that kind of the F 2 bars that we had earlier in this section. So down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And this outro part 2 is done twice. So let me just go through those 8 bars. Again, they're done twice. So G, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Then F over C. And then C, C sus4. Then F. And then F. Cool, and then after that, and that's just kind of just to break it up, and people think, oh, the song's going to end, and then it comes back into that cool riff. So it does that 8-bar phrase again one more time. Cool, and then the ending, you've basically got G major, let it ring for 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It sounds like something like this. So other members of the band are doing an F. Okay, so whether it's Neil's with the capo on, or Steve, or obviously the bass, but this combined sounds really nice. You've got this kind of extended chord sound. So C major, and then take your middle finger off, so that's C add 9, so down, up, 1 and 2, and then 3rd fret A, down, up, then down or up, on the 3rd fret A string, down, up, down, and then C add 9, upstroke, C major downstroke. Down, up, down, down, or 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and let that ring out. Cool, so that's all the parts. So again, structure-wise, it's quite straightforward. Again, you've got that cool little solo bit. If you're just getting started into your lead playing, that'll be a really good one to do because the rhythms are all exactly the same. We've got some nice strumming, and again, it's like with lots of stuff. It's the layers, so it's the combination between Bruce, Steve, and Neil's, and obviously the bass, piano, that makes it sound so awesome. This is a brilliant live version. So yeah, thanks for Leo for requesting this one. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Any comments or suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comments section below. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications if you haven't already. Again, if you need any files, so backing tracks, PDF, guitar profiles, head over to the website jsmusicschool.co.uk, where it's got categories, so it's really easy to do, or subscribe star, which will get lots of other bonus kind of features as well. So thanks very much. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye. If you'd like to get Guitar Pro files, tab PDFs, backing tracks from any of these tutorials, head over to either the subscribe star page or my website jsmusicschool.co.uk. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks very much. See you on the next one.